What's up, YouTube? Bobbles and Ball Cards back. First day of July. Got another day, and then hopefully most of us get a 3-day weekend. Hope everybody's doing good. That's right, guns. Roll call. Where's everybody at? Hope everybody's had a good week, guys. I had a little topic planned for tonight, but it didn't show up in the mail, so figured I would discuss some baseball, since players were supposed to report today, and you know, BOWMAN was pretty hot with Dominguez and Poussin and Witt and you know, Robert. Robert was supposed to be a rookie playing. I guess we'll just have to see. There's speculation Franco will be playing. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with these prospects, because, like, you know, BOWMAN, we've had BOWMAN come out, but there's BOWMAN releases in multiple portions. There'll be BOWMAN Draft and BOWMAN Chrome, and each one will have different rookies or different prospects in it. And sadly, in case anybody hasn't heard, they have canceled the minor league baseball season, so none of these players are going to be playing. What will that do? Nobody really knows. You got to think about it. People have been paying pretty high prices on Dominguez with speculation that he was, you know, going to be the next big thing. And the kid turns 17, and he's not going to get to play this year. Now, I haven't heard anything if they're going to have the Dominican League or maybe the Fall League. If they do, then we'll still have a chance to see what he can do if they, you know, if they put him in the Dominican League or the Fall League or whatever. But as far as actual minor league playing time, it looks like he's not even going to become an official minor leaguer until he's going into his 18-year-old year. And, you know, you may look at it and say, well, he's only 18, but you got to think Soto is only 21, and you know, he had a couple years in the minors, and he's already had a couple years in the majors. Acuna is also young, so these young stars that are in the majors right now, they already had time in the minor leagues. And then when they got to come up, they were young, you know, 18, 19-year-olds coming up, taking the league by storm. And Dominguez is going to be, you know, he's going to be starting his minor league career. So, and I don't know if the Yankees would necessarily be a team to rush him through their farm system to get him brought up. You know, I just don't see them doing that. Yeah, Griffey was young too. The funny thing is, Soto actually did things that no other teenager had ever done. That's why it was so crazy seeing him come up and just do the things he did unexpectedly. Um, yeah, that's what I was gonna get to in this, Jason, is um, if Franco makes the team and gets playing time, he could potentially have a 2020 Topps Update rookie card. Now, granted, Robert hasn't even played in the majors and he has a rookie card, so that Topps might go ahead and prosper off of Franco to begin with and go ahead and put him in there anyway, just because obviously from looking at Series 2, they were running out of names to throw in the product. But something I wanted to look at just with the guys that are going to be, speculating that they could play, and just look and see what they did in the spring training this year. And you have Joe Adele. He's one that could potentially make the roster. In spring training, he got 26 plate appearances. He batted .280, no home runs, 2 doubles, 2 RBI, but he had 13 strikeouts. Now, Joe Adele is one who was a pretty big name, one of the higher prospects. So looking at those numbers, 13 strikeouts, that's 50% strikeout rate with no home runs. That's kind of iffy. Let's go down through here. This is going to be a long list. Wish there was a way I could search. Might be. And I don't want to do that. Alright, let's see what Franco's numbers were. Right here, Wander Franco. So he had a 286 average, but he only played 3 games. 1 strikeout. That's the key with that's the key with Franco. He's not necessarily going to be a power guy, but that kid has an eye for the plate, and he's a switch hitter. I don't know how much y'all know about him, but he does not strike out very much. And, I don't know if people will like it if he's not hitting the long ball, but as a player I'd want on my team, especially Tampa Bay being a young team that's coming up, I think Wander Franco, as a player, I think he's going to be a great player. Let's go and see if we can find Robert's numbers. Where is he? Here he is. So Robert, he batted .333. So that's not bad. I wish there was a way for this thing to. Let me just see if I can look him up, because this is getting annoying. Yeah, it doesn't want to let me do it. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, Here, let's just go and do this. We'll do batting average. I want this to come down because I don't know how they have it all set up. Everybody wondering about Bichette. He hit 290 this year in spring training, which is pretty damn good. He had 4 home runs. So if he could keep that up. Now the key to this, you know, these guys haven't been at the plate against live pitching in what almost going on 4 months. So it's kind of almost like they started, had off season, and now they gotta ramp back up. So it's going to be interesting to see if these numbers continue to play out. And keep in mind, pitching in spring training is going to be obviously different than in the season. But look right here, like I just had him, Bichette, 12 games. 12 games is almost, it's what, almost 20% of the season that's going to be. So, you know, with a 60-game season, this could be really interesting. Yu Chang, I have to see. Yu Chang. He only batted 250 in 13 games. I'm pretty sure that's home runs. 1 home run. Yeah, he had 1 home run, batted 250 in 13 games. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other names who could potentially, there's Robert, there's Franco, there's Joe Adele. Trying to think of others that could potentially have a chance to make their debut. Not just play in the majors, but have their debut. What about that kid, Dylan Carlson? I don't know if he made the 60-man for the Cardinals, but this is a kid that doesn't get talked about a lot. Right here, Dylan Carlson. He hit .313 in 12 games. I don't know if y'all have heard of him, but Dylan Carlson is... He's supposed to be a star. He's just overlooked. Plus, he's on the Cardinals. So, Nico's already made his debut. Nico played last year. Dahlback. I have a Dahlback BOWMAN auto that I have stashed away. I heard the kid was supposed to be good, but it just hasn't played out. I mean, right here, 227. 7 strikeouts. Not horrible, but 227, he needs to get that up. Let's see. Oh, Ronnie Mauricio. Yeah, Alec Baum, that's it. That was one that I was thinking of. Thank you. The Phillies prospect. Where's his name? Right here. Look at that. 409 with 3 homers. Baum is supposed to be another good one. And that was in 13 games, so that's pretty good numbers. Actually, that's 3 RBI, isn't it? I think I screwed up there. Yeah, that's 3 RBI. My bad, guys. Yeah, okay. But still, 409, that's pretty good. Um, that Mauricio Dubon, the kid, where did I put it? This kid, Mauricio Dubon, I want to look his numbers up because if I remember correctly, he was tearing up spring training. That's one reason I sent this card in. Yeah, right here. 11 games, he batted .345 with 2 homers, 3 RBI. I believe that's 3 doubles. Yeah, 3 doubles. He had 10 hits. So, yeah, Dubon made his debut, but he doesn't have a lot of cards. So he's one that you could watch, and he's in 2020. I don't think Gorman will come up yet. Where is he at? He didn't do bad though, 308 with 1 homer, 4 RBI. So, you know, the other interesting thing is, guys, the National League is going to have an open batter spot because they're going to be using the DH. So who could potentially become a star like an Alvarez that may not be a great fielder but could play in the DH slot and go on a tear like Jordan did. You know, that's another thing to consider. Pache is another good one. Thank you. I have a bunch of his cards stashed, actually. Right here. He did 269, 2 homers, 7 RBI. The only problem with him is he's an outfielder, so it would kind of be interesting if the Braves move Austin Riley in to third base, since what's his name? I see his face, Rain Man. I went blank. Anyway, since they have an opening at third, they could move Austin Riley into third and then have a hole open for Pache. So, but it's going to be interesting, guys. My main focus was BOWMAN is going to be... I know people are selling off Dominguez and Poussin and Bobby Witt because the prices are high right now. But this could be a sleeper BOWMAN year just because, you know, these kids aren't going to be performing in the minors. So they're not going to really be talked about. They're going to be speculated, but they're not going to be talked about as far as their performances. So could we potentially see a dip to where you could pick up some of these guys and, you know, again, they're going to be losing a year and that could hurt them, but if you could get them at a low price and then when they make their call up, you know, it could be a good strategy. Don't go overboard and paying, you know, what people are paying for some of these Dominguez's out there, just because I don't know what not having this minor league year for him is going to do. We got to keep our eyes open to see if they're going to have a fall league or if they're going to have like the Dominican Summer League. MLB is not canceled, Chili's. Minor league baseball is canceled. The minor leaguers are not playing. Exactly, Amari. And that's another thing to watch out for. It maybe Bowman prices will dip a little bit. But Bowman is always popular, and I don't know if the shops know that they can get $3.99 for a jumbo, then I don't think they really care if the players are playing or not. People are still going to buy into buy boxes or cases or buy into breaks or whatever. There's people out there that simply only do sports cards for Bowman. It's a huge market. It's kind of like a prospecting, I don't want to call it a gamble, but it is a gamble because people take risk on these young guys hoping to predict the next big one. Can I blame them? Not really when you see a Mike Trout that sells for $900,000. I mean, who would have thought that was going to happen? When somebody pulled that card back in the day, they probably didn't know that they had a new mansion. I shouldn't say mansion, but almost $1 million. And so there's always going to be a market and a want for Bowman. I just don't know what this 2020 class, how they'll perform, or if the prices will kind of dip down and then you'll have to hold. It's like somebody in the group the other day asked about, should they spend $35 a card to send their mojos off, get them graded, and get them back up? And I said no. Bowman isn't a thing that you really need to flip right away. It is more of a hold process. It's more of a speculation process. And sometimes you hit big, sometimes you lose. It's a guessing game. And honestly, guys, if y'all live near minor league ballparks, I highly, highly, highly suggest you go to games. It is so much fun. It's cheap. And you can kind of scout the players yourself. Kind of get a feel for not only how they perform, but their attitudes, being young, and just kind of see what kind of player they could develop in. And, again, like I said, it's fun, and it's pretty cheap. So if baseball, minor league baseball gets to come back next year, I highly suggest if you're close to a minor league ballpark, even if you don't like the team that they're for, go check them out. It's another way to kind of scout players and find people that other people might not be talking about, and you could maybe pick up a couple of somebody you see that you've seen something in, and maybe one day they'll pan out. Prospecting is a lot of hype, but I can tell you right now, in 2017, Acuna wasn't Acuna wasn't the big talk on the Braves. So that's just a perfect example. Mike, man, Soto's attitude, that kid is positive. I know he gets a bad rep because people think he's disrespectful with his little shuffle in the batter's box and everything. That kid is just happy. I mean, he's not really cocky or anything like that. He's just a kid having fun playing baseball. Just like when he did the whole bat thing with Bregman. I mean, it was kind of just like what he said. It looked like fun, and he wanted to do it too. So anyway, keep your eyes on the Bowman market, guys. That's all I'm gonna say, really. With these prospects, keep an eye on the market. If it dips, maybe pick out a couple guys to pick up, hold on to, and see what this roller coaster ride takes us on. This is a different time for the Bowman game, the Bowman prospecting, the Bowman market, because there's always minor league baseball. You always know what a player is doing. This year, you just don't know. It might, it might set a guy like Dominguez back a couple years now. You don't know. And now all these people invested that money in him, and they have no clue. They still got to wait another year now to see what he can do. And so anyway, just something I wanted to touch on and see what you guys felt. If you're gonna, if you're into baseball, if there's guys are possibly going to be trying to pick up and snatch while the players are cold and not playing, or if you're just going to kind of stay away from it, because it's going to be a really, really, really interesting market, and it'll be fun. This is one of the things, like these little market mover tools. It'll be interesting to see what that curve does. Like, I think it's going to be like a roller coaster, just like I said. I think it would be really interesting to see the curves on 2020 Bowman products and just what the players do out of them. So anyway, okay. Oh yeah. The funny thing is, Soto, everybody thinks he's disrespectful when he does his little shuffle, and believe it or not, it's just his little thing that keeps him locked in. Like when he's nodding at the pitcher or whatever, he's not disrespecting him. He's just trying to assert his dominance in the batter's box, and it's his little thing. It's no different than like a pitcher rubbing his cleat over the rubber or whatever to keep himself locked in or whatever. It's just his little thing he does. And if a pitcher thinks it's disrespectful, then maybe they shouldn't have let him crush a ball to the railroad tracks. That's all I got to say. Alright, so I went through some more Prism and pulled out some more for you guys. These are more 1920 rookies. It's not, there's no Zion and Jaws in here, but there's a good mix of players, a good amount of cards. So here's another prism lot that I put together. And then, so this isn't going to be everything that's going to be in the auction / sale or whatever. But, and I've showed y'all some of this, but there is so much I can't put it all on the table, and I probably won't get to all of it. So I'm just going to show y'all kind of some of the things that I'll put in there. There's going to be some hockey. I didn't put any of the hockey in this stack. I do have some 9.5s we can put. Yeah, there's some Thibault in there. I also have a bunch of optic that I can go through and get out guys like Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn. I got a bunch of optic as well. And I'm just trying to kind of split what I had. Just kind of split it down, because I realize I can't send it all off. There's no way. It's going to take me forever. I have way too much stuff. I want to get some of this older stuff graded. So I'm just kind of splitting what I have down and helping, somebody else that may want some, or even if they just want to keep them raw. But anyway, as far as basketball, what I have here, obviously, there's LeBron. I showed y'all some of this last night. There's a Porter Shock. Got two Aitons, a base, and a green. Trae Young. That's Donruss. De'Aaron Fox. RJ. This is an Anthony Simons silver. And then I have a Graham Shock. And this is not everything, guys. I'm just showing some examples. Obviously, I have Hira update. This is his Chrome update. There's an Alonzo Series 2. Tatis. Vlad. Tatis Chrome. This is Eloy. This is a refractor. Eloy refractor. There's a pristine Alonzo from the complete set. Senzel 150 year anniversary. I have a Jordan. That's just some of the stuff, and there's actually, I have multiples of most of that. I may throw stuff like this in. Devers All-Star. That won't go. The Alonzo All-Star. I have a Gleber. I don't know if I'm going to let the 10 go. I might keep this one, but I do have a 9.5 of this. There's a whole box of stuff back there too. We may do some raw. But yeah, guys, I want to do these live sales and live auctions to help you guys out. I'm going to tell you, last night I posted that lot up, and I put a price for the full lot, and then I put it as broken down by player, because people kept messaging on particular players, but it's easier if I can sell it as a full lot. I honestly didn't know if it would sell that way. Well, as y'all seen that are in the Facebook group, it took, 15, 20 minutes, and it sold. Um, and it was a hell of a price. I mean, I basically cut $140 off of what it would cost if you bought it on eBay at market value. I can't do everything like that. You know, I can't just give stuff away, or else there's no sense in me even paying to grade them. I might as well sell them all raw. But I do like to help you guys out and try to, you know, get you below what it would cost you on eBay. So hopefully, I don't know if he'll message me back or not. I noticed Filmington's doing a live tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I don't know how long he's going to do it, but it's him and those back pages. So I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in watching that. But I'll find out. I'll try to find out how long he plans on going with that. And then maybe, you know, I can try to schedule for the auction to happen kind of after that. But I hope we have a good amount of people in here. You know, I try to give you all good prices on stuff, even on stuff that I just set a regular price, and don't do it as an auction kind of thing. So we'll do as much as we can tomorrow, and, you know, see how it goes. You know, if it doesn't go that great, then so be it. But I told you guys I would do more of them. You guys enjoyed the first one, so we'll definitely do another one tomorrow night. I just don't want it conflicting with if people want to watch that interview thing with Filmington. So what I'll do is we'll set a time, and I'll get on, and then we'll let people roll in before we start the auction. Throw the Aitons and Fox up right now. Guns, you're like the third or fourth person to ask me about that Fox. Actually, I had a guy ask me today about it. So, but we'll have some fun tomorrow night, guys, and then we'll head into, you know, we'll have Friday. Hopefully we can get everything packaged up and shipped out on Friday. Obviously, Saturday being the 4th, I don't know if the mail's going to run on Saturday, but sounds like my neighborhood started tonight on fireworks. So, anyway, Mike, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe like 9 o'clock or something like that. You know, I'll get on, and then we'll let some people roll in and start the auction after we get some people on here. So, but I'm off Friday, so we can start this later, and then that way, you know, maybe everybody can get a chance to get on and get in here. So, but anyway, guys, I hope everybody has a good Thursday. If you have a 3-day weekend coming up, consider it Friday, and let's knock this week out. Let's have some fun tomorrow night. Yeah, I do too, Josh. But at least we can get them packaged up and everything and get in the mail on Friday if I do it tomorrow night. So, anyway, I hope everybody has a good night. Do y'all want... I don't know how this will sell in an auction, so I might put this on Facebook again. I don't know. I don't know how this will go at the auction. I'll think about it and see. But anyway, there might be some surprises tomorrow night too, guys. So I just wanted to show you guys a few things. There might be some surprises, okay? But have a good night, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and until tomorrow night, I'm out.